Hi everyone, welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Rafiat. I'm a Little Tommy's chef as well as recipe for Little Tommy's. Today's topic is about why your kids reject food. I know so many people will like this video because we in every household we have one or two child that always rejects food anytime you serve them food, most especially when you have a picky eater or you have a fussy eater. So today I'm going to give you the reasons why your child rejects food, and I'm going to give you tips on how to get them eat your food. So let's get started. So one, medical issues. So medical issues can be sickness. Your child may be sick. If your child is sick, there are some underlaid sickness that we don't see. There are some underlaid sickness that we don't see immediately. Some we don't see immediately, but some we don't know it's going on. So sickness can cause your child not to eat. When a child is sick, they don't like eating. Like adults too, if you are sick, sometimes you don't want to eat anything. So at that, if your child have a flu or your child is sick or your child is on medication, so you don't need to stress yourself if they are not eating, or if they are not showing sign of sickness but they are not eating, they may have an underlying sickness. So try to ask them, are you having a running stomach? What is wrong with you? Is your chest paining you? If you ask them, try to ask them questions. If you ask them, they will tell you what is going on. So sometimes it can be medical issues. Maybe like a child that have reflux acid. Anytime you serve them food, most especially food that trigger this reflux acid, they will not want to eat it. They will not want to take it from it because they know definitely if they eat that food, something is going to happen to them. Something is going to happen to them, but you do not know because you don't know what that food is giving them. So anytime your child rejects a food, most especially if it's constantly, just ask them, why don't you like this food? What is wrong with this food? So they will tell you, like my daughter now will tell you, I don't want to eat because my stomach is paining me. It's because you are asking them. So when you ask them, they will get used to telling you when they don't feel like eating that food. So there may be medical issues your child is going through that you don't know. So try to research very well and see why they are rejecting this food. And if your child is sick, try to give them fluids. Forget about food. They don't like food. You can give them food in form of fluids like smoothies, like juice, just juice for them, or you give them fruits like orange, berries. Those are the things kids like when they are sick. So number two is worm. If your child has worm in their intestine lining, is in two ways. Some kids will be eating and they will not be gaining the right weight. And another one is some kids will not want to eat at all because the worm will be disturbing them. When they are eating, they may be having a running stomach at the same time. So they will not want to take that food from you. They will not want to eat the food you give them. When a child have worm in their intestine lining, it's normal for them to reject food. So what you do is, if you know it's time for you to deworm your child, if you are going to deworm your child, always have a calendar. So it's 2 times in a year so that you will not forget. Like if you start in January, you know after 6 months, by June you should deworm your child again. So if you know this worm is really disturbing them and you deworm your child January, for you to know that your child have a worm, if they are rejecting food, you try to check in their anus. If they scratch their anus constantly, you know your child have worm. Most especially at night, you know it's worm that's disturbing your child. So you need to get them tested so that you know if it's worm or not, and you know whether to deworm them or not to deworm them. So worm could cause your child to reject your food. So take note of. The thing is, no varieties. Yes, you know our kids love varieties. Who doesn't love varieties? Tell me. We all love varieties. As an adult, we love varieties too. So that is what apply to kids too. When it comes to kids food, kids love varieties. This is one mistake we make all the time, most especially we African mothers. We make these mistakes a lot. My child must eat swallow, my child must eat eforiro, my child must this, my child must that, my child must eat rice and beans, my child must eat my stew. you need to take a break from all those. Yes, it's good to introduce your child to your family foods. Your traditional food is very good. It's something you should serve them regularly. Let them know about it. Sometimes you need to give them varieties too. These kids are exposed to a lot of things. They watch TV, they watch all sorts of things on the TV, and they get the idea of food on TV, on the programs they watch. They get the idea of food. Let's take, for instance, Butterbean Cafe. It's all about cooking. It's all about food. So let's assume your child watches that kind of program and get idea of muffin, and get idea of chicken nugget and fries, and get idea of, you know, all this food. And at the end of the day, French toast and everything. And at the end of the day, they ask you, "Mommy, please give me French." You're like, "No, you are going to eat eba tonight, or you are going to eat this tonight, or you are going to eat this morning." Or they heard about scrambled egg and everything. You say, "No, what is scrambled egg? You are going to eat this morning." No. Give them varieties. Expose them to all this food. If they make requests, most especially when they make requests, if your child comes to you, "Mommy, I want a scrambled egg," Google it. Look for what is scrambled egg. Even if you don't know what they want, Google it. See if it's something that is healthy for them. If it's something they can eat, then try to make it. There are ways you can learn how to make it. Try to make it for them. Give them varieties. Chicken nugget and fries. Burgers sometimes. Healthy foods. There are ways you can incorporate healthy foods with varieties. Even all these varieties, is very easy for you to add vegetables into it. It's very easy for you to sneak vegetables into all these varieties you are giving to them. Another thing is presentation. How do we present our kids' food? This is something that is very, very important when it comes to kid food. I am a picky eater. I used to be a picky eater when I was young. I'm still a picky eater, because there are some things you give me. If I go to a place, or if I want to eat, or if I go to a restaurant, there are some things I don't like. But if you present it to me very well, I might try it. I don't like trying new things. I don't like trying new food. When it comes to food, I don't like trying new food. But if you present this food to me very well, I may try this food. This thing also applies to kids. Presentation is very good when you are presenting food for a kid. Kids like colors. And it's even a good thing to present in colors, because they are going to learn from it. They like colors. Give them varieties. Put varieties in their plate. They always look away from some things which are not supposed to be. Try to get a plate. Try to get a section plate for them that you can put a lot of colors into their food. Green, red, brown, pink, yellow, all those, you can put it in their food. If you can't get it in food form, you can get it in plate form, as in use colored plates. Use plates they like. Take them out when you are buying utensils for them. Take them out. Let them choose the plates they want to use to eat. When they choose plates they want to use, if their plates have characters they like, they might want to eat what you present in that plate. Even if they are not going to eat much of it, at least one out of what you serve them, they are going to eat it. So it's good to give them a good presentation. If you're serving fruits for them, give them a colorful picker to use to pick the fruits. This will make them eat this food you are serving them. So presentation is very good when you're serving your kids. If your presentation is not right, definitely your child will reject this food. Let's take, for instance, you want to give a child maybe amala. You are giving them a swallow, amala, ewedu, and all that. You just scoop your amala the way you scoop for your husband, or the way you scoop for an adult, and you put ewedu by the side, and you put stew on it, and you put one meat on it. If it's a child that loves meat, she will just pick the meat and eat it and leave the amala for you. Because for a child to start scooping, swallow theirself is a work on its own. You understand? It's a work on its own. So if you are presenting swallow to a child, try to scoop, as in something they can just pick and dump and dip into their stew. Pick and dip into their stew. That is how you present it to them. This is how I present swallow to my child. Anytime I'm giving them swallow, I'll try to mold it myself and put in their plate. then put stew at the other side, put their meat in another side. So you let them munch on. It will be easy for them to pick one scoop and put in their stew. But if you mold it for them, it will be very hard to start cutting and eating. But once you mold it in smaller pieces for them, it will be very easy for them to take and scoop. And another thing I used to encourage my kids to encourage my kids to eat swallow is to give them a picker. When you have a picker, they will just take that pick and put it inside their swallow and put it inside their stew. So it will be easy for them, and it's fun also. So presentation is very good when you are serving your kids food. So another thing that make kids reject food is snack before food. This is where you have to have a plan for eating, most especially when they are not going to school, most especially if they are going to be around you. You know, in school they have time for eating, they have time for snacking. So at home you should try to do this also. When you are giving them breakfast, there's no snack, just breakfast. Let them have their breakfast. Maybe after the breakfast you can just give them snack. Maybe you just get maybe 3 to 4 hours after their food, give them snack, and 2 hours later or 1 hour later they are going to eat food. But if your child is hungry and you give the child a snack before food, there's no how that child is not going to reject the food, because snack is enough food for kids. That's the truth about children. Snack is enough for them. If you give them 2 biscuits and a juice, is enough as a food for them. There are some kids that don't eat too much. So if you give them snacks, is enough for the day, for the time, or for that time. So try not to let them snack before food. Always let them snack after food. Last thing is portion. If you're serving a food to your child, portion is very, very important. If you serve a large portion for your child, it will make them reject your food. By seeing that food, that is when presentation comes in also. By seeing that food that is much, they will get discouraged. If you have a child like my son, if you give my son a big portion, he will try to eat the ones he can eat and drop the others. But if you give my daughter a large portion, this girl will not touch the food at all. Even if she's hungry, she's not going to touch the food. She'll tell you, mommy, it's too much. Mommy, then eat the one you can. No, she'll keep repeating that it's too much, and she will not touch that food unless you take out of the food. So portion is very important when you're serving food to your kids. Don't give them large portion of food. If you give them large portion of food, they will get discouraged. These are the things that makes your kids reject food. If your child has a worm, if you don't give them varieties, they will get tired of that food you are giving them. If you don't give them varieties, they will not be happy when it's meal time. So varieties is very important when you are giving your child's food. So try to give them varieties and try not to restrict them to what you eat, because kids' food is different from adults' food. Yes, let's know that. Let's just have that at the back of our mind. And things change all the time. You can't say because you grew up with eba, amala, and all that, your kids too will grow up with that. No, we are now exposed. You understand? They are exposed to so many things, so many foods. So try to give them varieties. All these things they are exposed to, try to let them have it. You don't have to go to restaurants all the time to have this. Avoid, if you are on budget, you don't have to go to restaurants all the time to get all this food. There are ways you can make it at home. And try to watch my videos. I put in videos of how to make all this restaurant food and how to make them healthy at home. So it's very good and it's very easy, because I love easy recipes too. So it's very easy. So try to watch my videos and see how you can bring all those restaurant food to your child's food and make it healthy. So let's move on to the tips of how to get your child. 1, relax and take your time. Yes, I think we are always overwhelmed when it comes to our child eating their food. When it comes to when you pack your child's lunch box and you see that they bring the lunch back home, they didn't touch it at all, or you give them food at home, they did not even touch it. just relax your mind, take your time, study your child, know what they want, and study what they like too. There are times that you are not giving them what they want. There are times that you are not giving them what they like. Talk to them, ask them. This is what I do with my kids. Anytime I'm making a meal plan, we make it together. I'll be asking them, what do you want me to put in our meal plan this month? Do you want this? Even if they are not giving, even if they are not telling you, just give them options. Oh, I know you like nuggets. Do you want me to put nuggets? Okay, which nugget do you want? Do you want chicken nugget or veggie nuggets? I know you like this. Do you want fries in your, get them involved in the food. So they will, when you prepare the food, they will be so happy to eat it because they know they request. Offer food in different forms. I think we Africans, we are used to giving our child eba, amala, semo. There are some households that they are so much into semo, so much into wheat, or so much into eba. No, I didn't say you should not give your child all these things. They need it. But try to offer all these things in different forms. Get them eat to get what they want into their system. That is why we call it kids food. You have to go to extra miles to feed your child because they need food in their system. That is the number one thing they need in their system to get them healthy. So try to go extra miles to give these children what they need. If you present eba in a circle form this week, make sure when you are presenting it next time, it's in arc shape. It's very easy to do. Get a cookie cutter. Just oil the round of the cookie cutter and try to mold your eba into a flat form. Then press the eba with your love shape and give it to them and see whether they will eat it or not. Even if they are not going to eat much of it, the fact that is in shape form is the shapes they like. They will pick one out of it. And if they start eating one mold out of your eba, be happy with it. So present food to them in different form. If you are giving them chicken nugget today, make veggie nugget tomorrow. Another is prep with them. Anytime you are prepping, make sure you get your kids involved. This is very common in my household, even if I have a visitor. So I love kids a lot. When they come to my house, I always ask them, okay, I'm making rice for you. What do you want in your rice? What do you want in this? What do you want in that? So that is how you get them involved in whatever you are making. If you want to meal prep, maybe you want to do your timetable or you want to meal prep your food, you need to get your child involved. Take a pencil. If you have older kids, don't give them a pencil and a paper. Let them start writing what they want in their food. I bet you are going to see, even if you tell them a little one, I bet you are going to see like 10 things they want in their food. So out of these 10, just take one. Just let them know, okay, you have 10 in your list. Let's pick this. Do you want this? Let's pick this week and this next week and that next week. So get them involved, bring them in, let them involved in prepping. After prepping all the meal plan, let's move on to the kitchen and prep together. Prep with them. They don't need to work for you. Once you tell them, let's go to the kitchen and work, some of them will get discouraged. But just tell them, let's go to the kitchen and prep food together. They will be very happy to help you. And there are some kids that have this energy to help in the kitchen. They want to be with you in the kitchen. Even if they are not doing anything, they want to stay there. So let's be happy they are there because they will see everything you are doing. They will see all the things that go into their food. And this will encourage them to eat this food when you serve it to them. So get them involved in your prepping. Get them involved in your cooking. Get them involved in anything that revolve food. Go out with them, buy food with them. Do you know this is vegetable? What is this called? Is every time I'm going to the market, I always go with my kids. And if they see a new thing, they will ask me, Mommy, what is this? Is it a veggie or a fruit? If I say, oh, it's a veggie, what vegetable is? Even if I don't know it immediately, I'll Google it. I'll tell them, okay, this is parsnip. Okay, this is this. Okay, this is this. So get them involved. This will make them know more about food. Watch cooking videos together, watch food things together, anything food, discuss it with them, put their interest in food, because food is that number one thing your child needs in their system. So try to talk about food, get them involved, let them know about food, watch cooking videos together. So try to bring their interest. If you know your child does not have interest in food, try to bring their interest to food. Try to bring them closer to food. If you have a garden, just grow foods together. If you have a garden that you can grow foods, try to grow. Kids like planting, so try to, from there you can get their interest in food if you plant together. So let them plant food, let them get them involved in everything food. Okay, that will make them not reject whatever you say. And the last thing is respect their opinion. When it comes to food or anything in the house, always respect your child's opinion. Their opinion matters a lot. There are ways that you respect your child's opinion, you know, ways that you make them know that their opinion matters to you, you know. Kids love it when you respect their opinion. Kids love it when you do what they want, when you do what they like. Not all the time, but at least to some extent, respect their opinion when it comes to food. When you are going to make food, we Africans, we do this a lot. When you want to make food, you go straight into the kitchen, make whatever you want to make, and bring it and serve it to the kids to eat. I think this is one of the things that make me lose interest in food when I was young. You don't serve anything to me. Ask me what I want to eat. So when I grow up, old enough to control my food, anytime they make any food at home, I'll tell my mom, even right from my childhood, I'll tell them bluntly, I don't want this food. And my mom knows that. So anytime she's making food, sometimes we will fight, sometimes she will shout, sometimes she will make me eat that food forcefully, because I was malnourished when I was young. I was malnourished because I don't eat. So sometimes she will force me to eat this food. I'll just eat a spoon or 2 spoons out of it. But I have a grandma, my paternal grandma, that always pamper me, you know. Anything I want, she always give it to me. So I'll just sneak to her and tell her, Mommy, I want rice tonight, okay? Rice and stew. I'll just sneak to her and tell her. So she'll just make this rice and stew downstairs. She will not tell anybody because we are living in a family house. She'll just make this rice and stew downstairs and she'll just bring it up. I cooked, you know, in our language, in our dialects. She'll just say, I cook rice and stew. Do you have interest in rice and stew? I say, yes, Mommy, I want rice and stew. And she'll just give this. My mom got used to it. So before she cook my food, or before she cook, she will ask me, is your grandma bringing food for you? If I say yes, she's bringing, so she will not cook my own, you know. So when I got to 16 years, they have control over everything. When they are cooking at home, I'll tell them, don't cook for me. I'll cook my food. So I'll cook whatever I like. So that is where you need to respect your child's opinion. Sometimes they don't have that appetite, or they don't have that interest in that food you are making. So do you need to give them choices? But some others will say, I can't cook 2 different kind of food. That is where you may prep your food. If you have some things in the freezer that they want, that's when you give it to them. Like sometimes when I'm making food, sometimes I'll make swallow for us. That day they might not feel like eating swallow. Since we have a meal plan that we plan this food together, so I'll just go to the meal plan and give them what they want in that meal plan, because they've already told you these are the things we want for this week. So you've included it in your meal plan. But that day you as an adult might not feel like eating that thing they want to eat. Maybe it's fries and chicken fingers, and what's fries and chicken fingers in adult food? So you don't want to eat that food. The best thing is to prepare their chicken fries, and the best thing is to prepare their chicken fingers and fries for them, and you go for your swallow or whatever you feel like eating. So respect their opinion. Their opinion matters a lot when it comes to food also. If you are respecting their opinions in any other thing in the household, also respect their opinions when it comes to food. Those are the tips I have for you, for your kids not to reject anything you serve them. So always get your kids involved. I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things from this video. If you have, try to share this video with your friends, share with mama friends, share with in any community you belong to, because our mothers need to learn from all these things. This is very easy for me because I was a very big picky eater when I was young. I know what I wanted then. So when I grow up, I started doing what I wanted for myself. I don't want this to happen to my kids. That's why I try to change so many things and that's why I try to add so many things my mom should have done then, but she tried her best. I would say she's the best when it comes to getting their child to eat. She really, really tried her best. So thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you learned one thing from this video, and if you really do, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have not, it's very, very important to subscribe to my channel. Until we see in another video, in another educative video, or in another recipe video, thank you very much. Bye.